has plans of converting India into an Islamic state. That's what this document says. The PFI so far, I must put this out there, has come out and said that this is all hogwash, a figment of somebody's imagination who wants to defame the PFI. But the agenda is so beautifully delineated that this cannot be somebody's creative writing exercise, and it cannot be done in a matter of minutes or hours, ladies and gentlemen. And what also rings true and stands to me is that a similar intent was divulged in court by a former Chief Minister of Kerala with respect to the state of Kerala. V.S. Achyutanandan said this sometime in 2009, 2010, if my memory serves me right, you can look at it. But how is it that the parallels remain the same? Let's go across to our guests. Sardar R.P. Singh of the BJP, Abhishek Banerjee, Atikur Rahman and Vikram Singh, former DGP Uttar Pradesh. Namaste, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Vikram Singh ji, ये तो बहुत सोची समझी साजिश है. Now what if is this document somebody's figment of imagination? Or are you worried that this could be circulated across 23 states in various offices of PFI and would be in possession of various members of PFI?
Anandji, good evening, and good evening, respected esteemed panelists. This is delirious. This is absolutely nonsensical. But that it is a figment of somebody's imagination would be quoting the recipe of disaster. It is with tremendous application of mind and research that this paper has come out with due study, diligence, and certainly a well-structured roadmap. It is a different matter that it is an absurd proposition and somebody's pipe's dream, which is never going to come true. But the application of mind and the sinister planning, and what you mentioned, that what Mr. Achyutanandan also mentioned in the year 2009, I remember very clearly, this echoes the same sentiment. Use the tricolor, use the constitution, use Dr. Ambedkar's photographs, try to galvanize the strength of the weaker sections, especially the scheduled caste, the tribe, and also the minorities, and then bring them under the single umbrella and convert India into an Islamic state 2047. What to talk of 2047? These ideas shall be buried to the dust, and they will grovel for mercy in the next 6 months if a resolute nation gives a befitting reply. Now, this of course is a cause of concern. But to Sardar R.P. Singh ji, I would say we've been talking about PFI, farmers' agitation, PFI, CA agitations, PFI, Delhi riots, PFI, Bangalore riots, PFI, 120 crores, PFI. Are we so helpless?
Hijab issue, PFI, Khargone, PFI, even here, butchering issues, PFI.
Then why can't we for once at least give the documentation and ban them and identify every single person? Old wine in a new bottle, cadres migrate to Indian Mujahideen to PFI. That doesn't hold water. Today we are the living of IT, and facial recognition technologies and DNA sampling will tell you who is where. Whether Ansar has become Vikram Singh or Vikram Singh or Ansar, you can know it. The technology gives you the power. What worked in 2007 when we banned Simi does not work any longer. Please bring out the work, and if you know what is good for the country, Sardar R.P. Singh Sahab, the nation expects that you will ban PFI in the next 30 days. If not, well, we'll be very disappointed.
Point is they banned Simi also. Now here, Sardar R.P. Singh, look at this. They are saying that two of the people who have been arrested, one of them is a retired cop. The other one, Athar Parvez's brother, Athar Parvez is from Simi, and his brother was involved in the Patna blast. He is his brother, involved in the Patna blast. And, sir, we got information that old members of the Simi were travelling from several states, including Kerala, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu to carry activities there. They came there. So how are you going to deal with this?
Sardar R.P. Singh,
Anand, is more serious than what you hear. Please, I'm answering that. I was just going through another part of the report which you have, the copy which you have. It's more serious than that. It's not only that they are gearing up by building up their own political outfit like SCPA or other outfits, but they are also seeping into the present set of outfits also. The page number 16 of the 250-page report, which states that they have to seep into the present setup, and they have did so with Aam Aadmi Party. There's a story on this, there's a news item on this which I was going through, There's Imran Khan, their minister here. They have reached him. They have spoken to him. They have told him what is happening, what's not happening, and how about the grievances, which you said, remind the people of grievances against Muslims and Islam, and then try to encash on that and try to work on that. So it is a story which is with me. I'll send a copy of this to you, which categorically says that they have done this with Aam Aadmi Party here in Delhi, and then that's how Aam Aadmi Party also supported CA, and then they were organizing all what was happening in CA during CA, that holding Ambedkar's placard or holding the national flag under the cover of all that, doing what they wanted to do, doing what Shajjal Mohammed said, that let's cut off Assam for few hours and then job is done.
So if all of this is happening, what are we doing to counter it, sir?
That's what Shajjal Mohammed said.
The simple point is, the simple question is, how are we going to counter this? Because they are doing it brazenly. They are using the system to subvert the system. They know they have perfected the language to use. Yes. They have perfected the foil and the cover to use. They have perfected the arguments, and they have already planted Trojans everywhere.
And it's not okay. Now can I add few more things and then I'll answer your question also. It's not only that they are looking with those political parties and setting up the political on parties, but also seeping into. But other than that, they are looking into how to infiltrate in the administrative services, in civil services, in judiciary, and people with a particular mindset. That's the biggest threat. So yes, now the question comes: how do you deal with them? Dealing with them is that we need to isolate them from the main society. I mean, main society means, when I say isolate them from because I still feel that Muslims at large are not like that, or people who follow Islam are not like that. There are certain set of people who are trying to do this and radicalize the bigger community or the bigger chunk in the system. We have to work on them, and then, as Prime Minister has been doing it, that ensuring that all what is desired for communities, immaterial of appeasement. I mean, they are not immaterial of what caste or party or whatever creed he belongs to. Still, the benefit has to, of the government has to go to each one of them. But side by side, ensuring that all such elements are taken care. Banning PFI is one. Ensuring that the intelligence works strongly and intelligence work.
No, you banned SIMI, sir. You banned SIMI, but their members are still active. Their members are still active. They are flying below the radar. Like the intelligence here is saying that there are a lot of the members are former SIMI. Atar Parvez is SIMI. Atar Parvez is not. He is now PFI. A lot of the original members of SIMI are founding members of the PFI. It is documented. It is there for everybody to see. It's a registered organization. And today we had the SSP, Sardar RP Singh, the SSP liken the PFI's activities to the RSS.
Well, that shows that what sort of knowledge he has about the RSS or what sort of knowledge he has about the overall context, overall subject as such. Because I have been a member of RSS, and 45.5 years I have never been taught a word against a Muslim. Not ever a word has been spoken against. I'm saying on record. Never ever a word has been spoken in Islam or Muslim at all. It is just the nationalism which has been spoken in RSS Shaka or being discussed how to ensure that we make people more nationalist. That's all. And I appreciate people whoever want to, even that SSP should go and see Shaka and it's all in open. It's not in a room or it's not in a compartment. It's all in open.
And it is not
held all in open.
No, and